All right, my name is Todd from Go2 Cards, and today we're going to be talking about Battles of Legend, Terminal Revenge, and a couple trends I see in buying and selling cards that are a bit concerning to me. So we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about Battles of Legend, Terminal Revenge, because there's some interesting things about Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. Before I jump into that, we do have the winner of the giveaway. We were giving away a platinum Appaloosa. So I'm going to reveal the winner for that. All you got to do is send me an email to Go2Cards, the number 10 at gmail.com, and give me your address, proof that it's you, just a screenshot of your YouTube, and I will get this out to you. So let me show you the winner is Games and Gains TCG. Congratulations, you got the Appaloosa. Again, send me that email. I will get this out to you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We try and break down every set. Should you buy? When should you buy? How should you be buying these cards? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video quite a bit. So let me just jump right in. I'm going to bring you over to TCG. We're going to look at Battles of Legend, Terminal Revenge just briefly. So let me bring that up and get you over there. All right, so we are here, and what you can see is there's a $500+ card in this set. Now, I know that some of you hate this. I know that you hate that Dragon Master Magia has been just printed in quarter century, as well as Sky Striker Ray alternate art and Sky Striker Rose alternate art. Let me just tell you, I absolutely love this. I know that some people hate this. I absolutely love this. I think that what they're doing is building in value into a set the right way, rather than hitting those meta relevant cards and that people need for their decks. They are going after the Sky Striker cards. First of all, these are alternate art, so you don't need them. You may want them, but you don't need them. And that is a beautiful thing. Cards that people want can be super expensive. Cards that people need to play the game, not such a great thing. Now, as far as the Dragon Master Magia, I get it. If you're a Blue Eyes player, this is going to frustrate you beyond belief. But I think that this is the right move. I love it. I support this. If you go back to Battles of Chaos, ever since Battles of Chaos, I have been pounding the table for them to do that again. Just shoot in a card that builds in value to a set. They did that with that different art, Dark Magician. It gave something for you to chase. And this set now has something for the community to chase. You do not want Konami releasing these sets and them sitting on shelves. It's bad for the game. It's bad for card stores. It's bad for everybody. Having something like this will make it so that these boxes don't just sit on shelves. I love the move. I support it. I think it's fantastic. And I was not a fan of Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. I was super concerned about this set because I didn't have an interest in Gen X. I didn't have an interest in gosh, what else is in here? I keep Infernoids. I didn't have an interest in. I didn't have an interest in any of the ice barrier cards. I just didn't have an interest in the decks that were getting support in here, and I didn't see these decks as really being able to move the product in the way that you would want it to. Ritual Beast being another one. I just didn't have any interest, and I didn't see that the community had enough interest. I know some people really have an interest in these decks, but I didn't think enough people would have enough interest to be able to move the product. But by them putting in these 3 cards that are only in quarter century rare, that's really going to help move the set. Another thing that I loved about it is Phantom of Yubel getting put in here. You know, it was questionable whether Phantom of Yubel would be in here or not. It is in here. It's a $60 card. Do not buy this on TCGplayer. You can buy it on Gamer's Choice. You can buy it on eBay. You can buy this on Tier 0. Lots of different places rather than TCGplayer. TCGplayer wants basically $85 for this card. Do not buy this card on TCGplayer. On pre-sales, you're just throwing away $25. You could buy something really nice with that. So, Phantom of Yubel being in here, I think, is a win for the community. I think the cards that they gave reprints to were a bonus. Now, you can argue that these cards were most likely going to be printed in the tins, and you're probably right. And Konami's probably going to double dip on these cards, but they are nice reprints for the community. You got the whole Sprite package just given to you in here. You've got the structure deck basically. You got Alabaz from the structure deck put in here. You've got just some really great reprints. You got Kurikara in here. You did get the Blaze, Supreme Ruler of Dragons. You got that. You got your Snatch Steal. I still think this should have been in Rarity Collection because it would have been really nice in 7 different rarities. But you do get a nice Snatch Steal in here as well. Substitute, great reprint in here. I just think they did a pretty decent job. You do have Jasmine in here, which is also nice. They did a decent job with the reprints in here. Were they amazing? No, but they're good enough. And I think Phantom of Yubel with those 3 QC onlys is really going to carry the set. I still don't think it's an amazing set. I think it's a middle-of-the-road set because I don't think it was going to be very good without them putting this stuff in there. Now I think it makes it a pretty good set in which you might see this on shelves and give it a shot just because of those QC onlys. But that's not the main thrust of this video. There's some things... So, in case you're not familiar, Kotu Cards has been around for about 3 years. We primarily were selling on eBay. We have shifted a lot of our sales from eBay to TCGplayer. We still do pre-sales on eBay. We still sell some expensive cards on eBay, and we still do deck cores on eBay. But for the most part, our singles are now on TCGplayer. And I've noticed a couple things by selling on TCGplayer that I just wanted to bring to your attention. Some of these things I think are concerning. Some of these things I don't particularly like what's happening. So I made a very brief PowerPoint. I'm going to bring it up and kind of walk you through some of those things. So let me bring that up for you and get that going. All right, so we are pretty much up. All right, so here's... let me get rid of this. Driving me nuts. How do I get rid of that? You would think I would know. There we go. All right, so we already talked about all this stuff. All right, one of the things that I think is super concerning on TCGplayer, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but play sets are more money than just the one single. And this has this has bothered me because I think that this is a garbage practice on TCGplayer. I hate it. Nothing should be worth more the more you buy of it. In fact, everything in life, the more you buy, the less it is. Except playsets on TCGplayer. So what I mean by this is if you look at a card price on TCGplayer, you're going to click on the card's going to say, okay, it's $3. So you go on there, it's $3. But every card that is $3, every seller that has this card for $3, they only have one of it. And all the sellers that have playsets, their cost for that one card is now $4. This is something that we didn't do. When we listed our cards on TCGplayer, and when we listed them, we listed like 35, 40 cards of one card. And we didn't price them up because we had playsets. We priced them where basically the people were pricing them that only had one of. This is a garbage practice. This is not right. Sellers that have playsets should not be able to price their cards up just because they have 3 of them. Because they are plussing on this in 2 ways. First of all, they're selling 3 of a card to one person. That means that they're paying shipping and a transaction fee only once. That matters. That's lowering their cost. They're not paying shipping for, 3. They're not shipping this card out to 3 different people, paying shipping on 3 different for 3 different transactions. They're only doing it once. They should give you a discount. They should, because they're making more money off of it. In addition to that, it's less work. Less orders means less work. It's less work for them. It's more money for them to send out a playset. They should not be pricing these up. If I were you, I would not be buying from these people. I would not. I would be buying from the people who are listing them as singles. That's what I would be doing. I don't like the practice. It's something that I've noticed in buying cards, but in selling cards, I really noticed it. I noticed it because everybody that we were selling cards in competition with, they only had one. And the people that had about the same quantity that we had or more, they wanted $1 or more for their cards. I don't think the practice is right. I'm just bringing it to your attention. Do what you want with it. Going on from there, another thing that I think is just weird to me is, I don't know why, but in Rarity Collection 2, more than half of our orders were sub $4.99. Meaning more than half of the people who bought from us paid $1.22 shipping. Even though we offer free shipping if you hit that $5 mark. And a lot of the orders that we had were like $3.50 or even $4.25. And yet still they didn't get the free shipping. Why would you not make sure that you're qualifying for the free shipping? Maybe you're thinking to yourself, hey, maybe they just couldn't find anything else. Maybe you're right. But we have 22,000 cards listed on TCGplayer. I'm betting you can find something. Just take a risk on something. It's free. It's basically free because you're getting those cards instead of paying the shipping. I have no idea why so many people are paying shipping when the sellers are offering free shipping if you hit $4.99. Just wait. Save up your money if you don't have enough money until you've got like $5 to spend, and then spend it on one seller because you're actually spending money on stuff that you're going to get. Shipping, you're just throwing your money away. You're just throwing your money away on shipping. You're not getting anything for it. Just take a risk on a card. I never pay shipping. I don't, on eBay, everything we list is free shipping because Amazon really killed the idea of people paying for shipping. Once Amazon came around and offered free shipping on everything, people have a really hard time paying shipping, and they just won't do it on eBay. They also won't do it on Amazon. I have no idea why you all are doing it on TCGplayer. Just say no. That we're not paying shipping. It should get shipped to us. Price it in a way in which we're not paying shipping. And so everything that we list on TCGplayer qualifies for free shipping if you hit $4.99. Throw some cards in there. Take a risk. I wouldn't be paying shipping. It's just something that I've noticed more than half of our orders. Now, I know that there are times when you just need one card and you're not going to spend the extra $4 to hit free shipping. I do understand that. But more than half of the orders not hitting free shipping is stunning to me. I would be taking advantage of that as often as you can because at least you're getting something for your money. Otherwise, you're just throwing your money away on shipping. The last thing that I want to talk about, this is probably the most controversial, and I know I've probably annoyed a couple people already. But the last thing that I want to talk about is, look, I know a lot of people. There are a lot of channels out there that talk about, invest in this card, buy, 9 of this card, buy 20 of this card, buy 50 of this card. I just want to be 100% honest with you. We did not start this channel as an investing channel. This is not a channel that is dedicated to investing in Yu-Gi-Oh! What this channel is dedicated towards is helping Yu-Gi-Oh! Players buy cards smarter. How can you get the cards that you need to play the game cheaper? That's what we care about. So we're not an investing channel. I don't go around telling people to buy 9, 20, 50 of the card because most of the time investing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a losing game. And, I'll just break it down for you. And I've seen this with Rarity Collection 2, where people are coming in, and I just gave you this example. But people came in, one individual came in, they bought 25 Pot of Dualities super rares at 30 cents each. So they spent $7.50. Well, how long is that $7.50 that you spent on those Pot of Dualities? How long are you going to have to hold them until they go up in price? I'm just conservatively estimating 3 years. And I actually don't think they're going to go up even in 3 years. But let's just say that they go up in 3 years. What are they going to go up to? Well, let's just say they go up to 75 cents a piece. And I'm being generous. I think I'm being super generous because you got to realize that Pot of Duality super rares are going to be flooded on the market. It's going to take a long time for this card to hit 75 cents. So let's just say that it does in 3 years. And now you spent $7.50 and now you got a card that's worth 75 cents. We could even say that your card went up to $1. Okay? Now it's up to $1. It's up to $1 a copy, so you're sitting on, you turn $7.50 into $25. Great. Now you got to move these cards. You got to sell these cards. You got to buy the envelopes, you got to package them up, you got to pay shipping if you're selling it somewhere else, or TCGplayer, you get the free shipping on there. You got to pay TCG fees. You're really not plussing. And this is on a card that went from 30 cents to $1. Most of the time, your cards aren't going to go anywhere. And they might even go down. And so you do have to factor in your losses, which a lot of these channels don't. A lot of these channels never factor in their losses. And so they're telling you, okay, we're plussing here, we're plussing there, we've made money here. Yeah, fine. You've made some money on this card. But you lost money on 5 other cards. Those other cards that you lost money on, they're going to cancel and more the gains that you made over here. I just don't think buying $25, $30 or $30 of a card, most of the time you're not going to plus. This is a practice that I think is a losing game. It's not something that I would do. I've tried it. I've tried it in many different ways. So I'm not saying that we've never done this. We have, but we failed. Most of the time we failed. I'll give you an example of this. And it's an example that I'm doing right now. Here it is. Infinite Impermanence Super Rare out of the structure deck. When that structure deck, Cyber Strike, came out, I bought a ton of it. I still have a ton of it. Because in my mind, Infinite Impermanence in Super Rare from a structure deck that I was paying $10 for was a no-brainer. No-brainer. Here's the problem in my thinking. Konami reprinted this card in Mavens. And then they stuck this card in Rarity Collection 2 and printed it into the ground. And so the card that I invested in was Infinite Impermanence Super Rare. This card that I paid $10 a piece for is now $6. I lost. In fact, I lost so bad that I am actually in the process of opening up the structure decks and piecing out the cards because I've sat on this structure deck for like 2.5 years or more, and all it's done is go down. I have not plussed on this. This was a bad investment. Most of the time when you are making these investments, what you're doing is you are risking money that you have in hand. You're gambling it on something that you have absolutely no control over. You have no control over how many times Konami's going to reprint that card. You have no control on new cards that Konami's going to release that's going to make your card obsolete. You have no control on how many of these are flooded on the market. There are better ways that you can spend your money. There really are. Buy the cards that you need to play the game. And buy the cards that you need to play the game when they are cheap. That is what this channel is focused on. That is our efforts. I know that there are other channels that are focused on investing in Yu-Gi-Oh!, acquiring as many of these cards. They're going to go up. Most of the time, it doesn't pan out. Honestly. That's my best advice that I have for you. Because Konami reprints these cards over and over and over again. Konami makes new cards that make these cards not worth what they used to be. And you have no control over that. Invest in the way in which you have control. Buy the cards when they're cheap. Keep them. They will go up at some point. And then you can actually have them for the decks that you want to build. It makes building decks cheaper. And that's what we want to do. That's what I got for you today. I love Terminal Revenge. I know I said a lot that, you may disagree with. Maybe you love paying shipping. Maybe you love investing in cards. Maybe you think sellers should price up when they have play sets. Whatever it is, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. That's what I got for you. My name is Todd from Code2 Cards. Trying my best to look out for you. Maybe I failed. Maybe I can help somebody. All right. I am out of here. Catch you on the next one.